Hello. Okay, good. You can hear me. Yay. Welcome, welcome. How are you, Sarah? Where do you live? I don't know you very well.
I'm well. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So, I live in Smyrna.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Glad you're here.
I don't think I've ever seen your face.
Here it is.
Yeah. Aren't you usually like a black screen?
Probably. Yes. When I'm not the one talking, I'm probably multitasking. How are you, Jennifer?
I'm doing good. I have me on mute because there's a lot of background noise.
Oh, no worries. Hi, Tara Curry.
Hi, my beautiful Paige.
All right. Katie Belcher's in the house. Margie's in the house. Mama T.
Hey,
Hey,
Paige Pooh.
it's in the house. Yvette, I haven't met you yet. I'm excited. Okay. So I am going to get started.
Hey, Paige, what does one have to do to be teacher's pet?
I'm not really sure.
You just blew it by asking.
Wait, are you just talking
Girl,
about?
don't be jealous because you didn't think about it.
Hey, wait, are you asking because I'm talking to you? You're like, how did you get this job that I have to listen to you tonight, Paige? Is that what you're asking?
No, ma'am. I want to know how I can get brownie points and be head of the class.
Well, I don't know because I
Girl,
don't.
I know how you got where you got. It's hard work, woman.
Well,
Hey, stop competing. Stop competing.
I mean, brownie points for me looks like, alcohol, cookies, jewelry, if you're asking about me in particular.
All right, I got notes.
I got the jewelry down.
Yeah, right?
Okay, so I just said hello to Sarah, who's a new face to me. The rest of you I know, except Carly, Yvette, JMC Call. So welcome, everybody. I'm going to get started so I don't talk forever. So Lori and Aaron asked if I would talk about customer care and the customer flow chart. And so I said to Aaron, I can talk about like my customer flow chart, but is there something specific that you want me to cover? So I'm going to cover Aaron's customer flow chart and I'm going to cover my customer flow chart, and know that glean whatever makes sense to you and is going to help your business. And I just really like that Katie Belcher is wearing a shirt that I gave her while she drinks her wine. Just makes me very happy.
Don't look too far south. We're going to stay from here.
And Tara's got wine too. Hey, what day is it? Tuesday wine night. I like it.
My people are at lacrosse.
Oh, you're all by yourself? Carter's back here going like, I have to watch this game on mute. And I'm like, yeah, boo, you got to watch it on mute. Hi, Lori Bunn. Okay. So jump in. Lori, you're really quiet. I can't hear you well. There you are. I see your face. I see your mouth moving, but I can't hear you. Okay. I'm going to start with, I don't know. I'm going to probably intermingle Aaron and I, but jump in, come off mute, whatever you want to do at any time. Lori, are you on now? Nope. Still can't hear you. Okay, I'm going.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
This stupid earpiece. I can't find my good earpiece. And from travel week. And so I've got a nasty cheap one that I can't,
Cheap one is not working, ma'am. It's not working.
It's not.
Yeah, I'm trying to connect my earpieces too, and it's not working. So I'm going to leave and come right back.
Hello, little person that's saying hi to us.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Oh, she's like your twin.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
That's what everybody says.
Okay. Okay. So I just wanted to start by saying that when I first started, I did not realize that we really are in the people business. So my husband is in sales and has been in sales for 30 years. And a lot of our marriage, I made fun of him when he would say like golfing is networking, hunting is networking, you know, meeting the boys for a beer. He's really, really good with names and like asking about people's children. And that's all business. And I'm like, have fun, like hunting, golfing, whatever. I felt like I felt like when he was saying that it was a little bit shallow. But now that I'm in my first sales job, I'm realizing that customers trust me and they're choosing to buy makeup from me, that they are actually buying me. Something that I have said or done has resonated with them. So everyone is not going to resonate with me, but the people that do are going to buy from me. So that's the really cool and freeing part to me that I wish I understood, and I would have been a little bit more honest with myself from the very beginning, and want to encourage you to do is you are you. Like, be you. If it is Tip Tuesday and you're like, oh, I got to find a tip from the, St. Artist page, that's great. That's awesome. But what is it that you did in the last, week as a wife, a mom, a sister, a daughter, a neighbor, a friend that, was the best storage bin for your dog food that like changed your life and made your life easier? Or how you packed, the snacks, or this like giant thing of baby wipes that saved you money and didn't cause anybody to rash but still smell good. Like, we all have these little pieces of jewels in our mind that we just need to step back and, instead of trying to be somebody else, be you, because we are in the people business. This makeup cannot be purchased at Target. It cannot be purchased at CVS, and there's a reason for that. My favorite part of my job is troubleshooting. Like, I love when someone says, okay, I've got it, but I'm like, it's not quite. And I'm like, okay, send me pictures, like send me this. And like, I love the troubleshooting part. And that is where I have messed up sometimes. Like, I recently, we're going to talk about this flow chart. I am going to do what Erin asked me to do and go through the flow chart. So I recently had a customer, like I said, hey, your makeup's coming today. Do you need help putting it in your palette? What's happening? And she was like, okay, I'm taking pictures and I'm sending it to you. And she sends it to me and I'm like, okay, talk to me about what you did. Like, what did you put where? She put her pearl illuminator where her brightener goes. I'm like, okay, this is on me. Like, I somehow did not communicate and educate. Like, I have dropped the ball somewhere. Like, there was a graphic, there was a video, there was a message, there was something that needed to happen. Because if one person does it, and like kind of my rule of thumb, yes, Terry, yes. Okay, that's where I was going. I was just about to say my mom. My rule of thumb, and my kids, man, they're going to say this about me one day, but it's like, if this email, if this text, if these instructions to the website, if my mom could not do it, then it's too hard. It's too complicated. I haven't communicated well. I need to change something. So I've changed my personal like flow chart a little bit. So what I do, and sorry for those of you who are preaching to the choir, but I was I was months in before I created a jot form. If you do not have a jot form, it will take you, depending on your level of expertise, which mine, technology is not my expertise. It might take you an hour. But for you to sit down and go to jotform.com pick out a template, edit it, save it, set it up where it comes to your email. In my personal opinion, that is step one. If you do not have a jot form, you need a jot form by the end of the week. So that's me.
Okay,
Everything
wait,
is-
wait, Paige.
Yes.
If you don't have a jot form, ladies, it's not hard. When you open it up and you search templates, search Saint Makeup template, color match, Saint color match.
Mhm.
And you can go through all of the ones that already exist, and you just have to change your name, your email address, your picture.
You
Done.
changed. So the one that I edited, there were a lot of questions in there, and I thought about it as me. How many check boxes do I want, right? Like, I don't really care if she likes glossy or matte. Like, I just want to know what's her color family for lip and cheek. I love, like, I've changed mine to be like, what eyeshadows speak to you? Because then in her email, I'll search some really pretty templates that have those colors in them. She's already interested in them and she can see them in the email. One thing I love about the jot form is I don't have to solicit, I don't have to sell the question of, are you interested in hosting, getting rewards, and are you interested in the artist program? I'm literally a little bit sick and grateful for the hundreds of women that I have color matched that I did not have the opportunity to say, are you interested in the artist program? Because they either say no, yes, or not right now. And not right now, in my opinion, is a yes. So jot form is step one, in my opinion. Step two is from the very beginning. So we're talking about being in the people relationship. And I'm sure you all know like the quote about Maya Angelou, like people aren't going to remember what you say, they aren't going to remember what you do, but they're going to remember how you made them feel. And so what's very important to me personally is that it took me 3 months to send someone that I did not know at all my no makeup selfie. Like literally took me 3 months to take different pictures and send it. So when someone sends me a picture of themselves without makeup, instead of going, okay, I'm gonna send you an email or I'm gonna get you your color match, or like, okay, I gotta add this, like getting this color match shit. Like you gotta like pump the brakes, look at that beautiful face, and you will as you look at lots of no makeup pictures every day, you've got to find something in that face that you go, girl, look at them brows. There is no contour needed on that nose. Excuse me. Or you have taken such good care of your skin. Find something beautiful, like something beautiful. And that has got to be the comment back. Personally, I feel like voice, tone, is super important. And I didn't always do this, but I feel like as life happens, it's easier for me to record a voice message than it is to text. Because if my children are around, if I'm driving, I don't know, it's just like taking a little bit of like this like culture that we're in and hearing like, okay, so my kids, my husband, my, contractor hears me saying, girl, look at you. Like, look, like you look fantastic. Like you haven't aged. Like that's step one. And I think doing it in voice is very powerful because we translate emotion that way. And I think we're all like in this email texting age, and to hear somebody's voice, that's me. Like I like hearing somebody's voice. I like, Katie makes fun of me because, she's at school and so she can't voice and she can't listen to me because she's teaching class, but all day I'm like, here's another 20-minute voice message. But I like it. And maybe your customers will. Like we're all built different ways, and this is totally off track, but it brings me to a thought. I was not doing like thank you Thursdays or thank you Tuesdays or whatever. Thank you for your orders. And there comes a point in your artist journey that you're like, like, what am I posting today? What do I need to say? But we all have different love languages, right? And so I didn't need somebody to say thank you for buying or whatever, but somebody else has a love language that goes, that meant a lot to me, that I got a shout out, that I got like a cute graphic and like a thank you for supporting their business. And it's like, okay, well, every Thursday, thank you Thursday done. Like that is easy. And then we're meeting the needs of everybody, right? Okay, I've been talking for a while. Anybody like want to stop me, interrupt me, question, anything?
Oh, she's back.
There she is.
Okay,
You.
this never happens. This was very strange, like very, very strange. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, so we talked about voice, just like translating excitement and feeling to people. So whenever you are
Oh my
in a-
gosh.
Oh no, it's happening again.
Oh, no,
I think she needs to move to a different spot in her house, maybe.
but that's
No,
not
but
like,
that's the schoolhouse. That's where she did all of her
Yeah,
online
and there's, like,
teaching at.
there's so many booths
her
in
office.
this house. Like, this is
Maybe there's a storm.
okay. Hear me?
Bless her little bones.
Yeah, it's frustrating when that is online teaching right there. Welcome to
Okay, like give me a hand if you can hear me or see me. Are we good? Nobody. Oh man.
was it? That's the best we could do. And the kids were, my students were fine until they started getting hangry. So about noon they started, and the teachers are starting to open up their lunch boxes and throw out granola bars and whatever you
I bet.
had.
Are we back?
Yes, you're
Hey,
back.
Okay.
Hey,
Yes.
approve Maggie too. She's in the
Oh,
waiting room.
I didn't think I did approvals. Okay, hold on. Jennifer Mears, do you have your hand up?
I did. I was trying to tell you that you were, I was trying to figure out how to tell you that we couldn't hear you. but-
Sorry, Margie. Jennifer's the teacher's pet. She raised her hand to talk.
I know, I saw that,
That's
man.
what I
I
need
was
to.
really regretful when I saw her hand raised.
Okay, I thought I didn't. Wait, Katie, help me. How do I let her in? Because I don't see.
I don't
See
see
where-
her either. That's Elizabeth just texted me that.
But nobody's in the waiting room, and I put it where nobody had to be in the waiting room. Come on in. Okay, I'm going. Sorry, guys. I'm very sorry. Okay. All right.
She's
So
not in. She's not in Aaron's Zoom by accident, right? Like she doesn't like. She didn't go to the wrong. Zoom.
Oh,
I
Just-
wonder if she did, because if she
Text
clicked
Elizabeth.
Wendy's link.
Hold on. I'll message her.
thank you. Okay, so we send a no makeup selfie and we like feel vulnerable. So when we're vulnerable, we need to be given like some control about the situation. So like first step for me is finding beauty, like true beauty, and responding to that. Second step is, what do you need to know from here? Like, how do I give you some control back? Here's what's going to happen. You look fantastic. Like I haven't seen you since high school. Your skin looks great. Like, I can't believe you have 2 baby girls. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to work on your color match and I will get you an email. I'll message you here to make sure that you've got it. So expectations, they know, like they're given a little control and they feel so vulnerable. Okay. So that's me. Then once I get the color match, I send an email. And when I say template, this does not mean anything fancy. Okay. I've looked at a lot of artists' emails that they send, and I have crafted what I feel is me. And it usually starts with something personal, like thank you for sending the picture, thank you for that. And like, I can't believe that in the week that my brother turned 40, that I got a no makeup picture from his like high school girlfriend. Like, come on, like That's crazy. Okay. So it's like something personal that I connect with them on. And then I go into the products and it ends with, and Erin shared like her emails. I'm happy to share mine. Create your own personal email that sounds like you. It's a template. The things that I change are basically the highlight colors, the contours. I also change cheek, eyes based on what they've told me in their jot form, because how great is it instead of saying, you know, if you're interested in eyeshadows, this, but if they say like, I'm interested in, you know, lullaby and gilded in this, and I find this beautiful picture that has those because like plus another few, and she's a visual learner, that like it feels very personalized to her. And again, for me, I save those images where I can just copy and paste them. Put the shopping link based on whether it's, you know, for a customer's VIP link or whether it's February or whatever it is. And then I put the link to the Facebook group, because whether they're a member of the Facebook group or not, we all learn different ways. And so maybe that link and email, like for her, is a way to send it to her sister or that kind of thing. Okay, so that is my initial steps. I basically live by a spreadsheet. So I'm going to pull this up and I'm not going to see your beautiful faces. I live by a spreadsheet. So right now there are, let's see. Oh man, this just keeps on giving. There are 37 women in my queue. Okay. So column 1 of my spreadsheet, Matt Belcher would be proud, is their name. The second column is picture. The third column is email. Fourth column is order. Fifth column is delivery. Sixth column is follow-up. I'm going to break this down. It's not going to be so, this seems like a lot. Seventh is hostess. Eighth is artist. Ninth is out of stock. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you the first name in my spreadsheet, and I just alphabetize them, is Adrienne Denmark. So in her picture column, it's yellow, which means that I need a picture from her. So Adrienne Denmark reached out to me and said, I want to be color matched. She sent me a picture of her face like this, wearing a red shirt. And I was like, Adrienne, you look fantastic. I'm nervous about color matching you in the red. Tell her the instructions again. Stand 3 feet back in a window, indoors, natural light, take several, wear white, be strapless. So she's like highlighted in the picture box, okay? Second person in my list right now says Allison Ramstad. The picture box is X'd because she sent me an email or a picture. The email box is checked because I matched her and I sent her an email with everything she needed to do. The third box is order. She placed her order. The fourth box is delivery. February 13th, it was delivered, so that I know that February 12th, 13th, I need to be sending her a message that says, hey, get excited, your makeup's coming. And then depending on what that chat says, I have the follow-up there. The hostess, artist, out of stock are based on if she's ordered more than twice, she goes into the hostess column. If she said she's interested in the artist program, she goes there. Or if she needs something that's out of stock, it's a reminder for me. Okay, so let's skip to somebody else. Okay, so Cassie Sowell sent me her picture. I sent the email. She's color matched. So her order column is now highlighted yellow. Okay, so I do this once a week. I manage the spreadsheet every day, like color matches get added to it every day, but every Monday-ish, I pull up each of these people to be sure, because there's 37 people here and it's easy to lose track when you're here and there and you're everywhere. And I'm like, oh wait, Cassie Sowell, like, wait, I emailed her, but I haven't seen an order. So then I reach out and say, hey girl, like, I'm just checking. Did you get the email? Did you have any questions about it? Like, fortune's in the follow-up, and it truly is in the follow-up. Like, I have heard that from Bob Heilig, but every Monday is when I do like clean up my spreadsheet and make sure that I've inputted everything. Okay, let me go back to your faces so that I know that y'all are tracking with me. Uh-oh. Where'd y'all go? Okay, everybody following? Okay. All right, I see chat. Anybody have a question?
Did you use?
Supposed to be seeing your spreadsheet. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Margaret.
No, you're good.
Oh,
Yeah, we
and
can't see your spreadsheet, so.
Yeah. I'm
Do you want me
just
to
seeing your
share it?
face still.
Hold on. Let me see if I can, let me just see if I can figure that out.
I think I got the gist, but did you use Excel page?
Yes, I used Excel. Oh, bless it. Somebody, and okay. Why is there only 37 people? As I'm figuring out how to share my screen. So Tara, that's a great question because
I don't.
I used to, whenever they ordered, they dropped off the spreadsheet. But what I've learned as time has gone by is that, and part of it is, I used to kind of I would follow up on Monday based on the spreadsheet, but then I'd follow up on Monday or whatever day of the week. I know it's been, a month since they've ordered. They only ordered once. But the more customers you get, the less random I feel like you can be. There's got to be like a system to your madness. And so that's when I started leaving them and going, okay, so I know March we're going to have another, beauty bash. And so anybody that's ordered twice or is here and is really happy with the makeup, there's certainly going to be somebody that I'm going to say, hey, your testimonial about the makeup is going to be stronger than anything I could ever say. And this is the way that I've coached hostesses because it's what I would want. Like if my girlfriend Laura asks me to come and check out this makeup, and then Laura, who I know what her skin looks like since 3rd grade, shows me pictures of her before and afters and says, this is what the skincare's done. That means a lot more to me than, Teresa, who I don't know from Adam, who's trying to sell it to me. So I tell my hostesses, your job is to be you and talk about what the makeup has done for you, what you like about it, what you don't like about it, the good, bad, the ugly, the honest. So then anybody that's ordered more than twice, they become somebody that the next month I'm going to talk to about being a hostess. And then the artist thing, I think that I'm just sad that I missed out on all the people before the jot form. It's such a great non-salesy way to ask that question. Is this somewhere, is this where your heart's at? And it's easy to say for them to say no, or not right now, or that kind of thing. Okay, so right now it's 37 that I have in the hopper, Tara, but did I answer your question? Ish. I didn't. Tell me, be more specific.
Myself.
Yeah.
I meant I know you've matched the people. So what happens? Where's the rest that you've done? Is this just by your month or?
So in the past, in the last 2 weeks, if they'd order, I just deleted them off the spreadsheet in the last 2 weeks. But in the last 2 weeks, I've learned some things that I feel like I'm not mining them becoming hostesses and artists and tracking if they're ordering. So instead of them falling off the spreadsheet, I see that baby popping up behind that couch. Instead of them falling off, I'm still kind of tracking them. So does that make sense? Okay. Jennifer Maris, do you so politely have your hand raised? Jennifer Maris, are you trying to get my attention? Uh-oh, I can't hear you.
Somebody just came in the room and was asking me a
sorry.
question. Sorry.
Did you have your hand raised, ma'am? Okay, that might be from earlier. Sorry for calling.
Okay, sorry. That's okay.
Okay. All right, so let me go back to the spreadsheet. Just interrupt me, guys, okay? Okay, so then delivery date, I get like a little excited, like, hey, and this is where the Pearl Illuminator as a brightener story kind of comes into play. I dropped the ball there. Like I should have said, hey, when you get your makeup, FaceTime me, call me, text me, like let's get it in your compact the right way. Let's go over stuff. And I can't remember the artist's name. I feel like I watched it on Team Freedom just like a week ago. She had like a camo shirt and she gave some great advice on in-person makeovers. And she was saying that you can teach people. So I did a pretty big class last night. And I can teach those women over and over until I'm blue in the face. They can take notes all night long. But in a week or two, when their makeup comes in, they are not going to remember anything I said at all. So instead of like being like, I told you and I sent you an image, which is kind of where I was at a little bit in my head, I need to go back and realize this is new. And if I invest in the beginning, then you're gonna like, that's where your business is gonna grow, because then you're gonna like, you know, you're gonna make money when you sleep, because you're gonna wake up and you're just gonna be like, oh, she ordered again, because you took care of her in the beginning and you made her feel like you cared in the beginning in every step of the way. But it's back to that quote, like people are gonna remember how you made them feel, not what you said. And I think, again, for me, that's where kind of the voice comes in. And it might be like a voice that I'm like, hey, makeup's going to be there by 9 p.m. Like, keep me posted. I'm excited. Christmas in February. I had to literally look at the calendar to know what month we're in. Okay, so we talked about jot form. We talked about email. Okay, shipped and then beginning of the week. Okay, so I'm going to transition a little bit into... I'm going to go back where I can see you guys. Okay. So Erin, these are not like, they're not that different. She has a template for like your color match does not result in an order. And for me, like my mindset is like, you sent me a picture, like you trusted me. I have sent you all the information. So something happened. Either like the information was too much, or you don't have time, or you really didn't care. But for me, like really didn't care, for you to like remember to not wear makeup and send somebody a picture, you aren't interested in this makeup. Like you're interested. And so call me salesy, call me hound dog, but like I literally, today was what I was doing my follow-ups and I'm like, what is going on? Talk to me. You sent me this picture. I color matched you. What's up? Like, do you have questions? Was it too much? Do you want to FaceTime? Like there's a disconnect. If they have sent you a picture, they should be ordering. Whether it's that they need a little push or a little love or whatever, but that is like a golden opportunity. And so, and there's like some people that I'm like, oh, she is like the wife of Sean's coworker. Am I really going to reach back out to her again? And I'm like, yeah, you are. You're going to treat them all the same. You're going to love them all the same. And I'm going to be like, what's up? Like, talk to me. Did I like vomit on, you know what I mean? Whatever their personality is with that person. But that is a golden opportunity. So don't let those people that you've color matched just wait for those orders to come in. And I think that's where, if you're not keeping a spreadsheet, especially as you start getting people that you don't know, like you don't recognize the name and that you have a personal connection to them, it is so easy for them to fall through the cracks. I had an order this week that I'm like, who is that? Like what? Like who? I'd never color matched her. Like I'd never, and I had to like research, and she had like commented on a couple of things and been friends with a girl from high school that commented on some things. And so I've never had any personal connection with her. And so if you're not keeping this spreadsheet or whatever you find that works for you, like some sort of system, people are going to fall through the cracks. Opportunities are going to fall through the cracks. Okay, I'm going to look at Erin's notes unless anybody interrupts me. Okay, so Erin goes from, okay, so she has if it does not result in an order, she has an actual email template that she sends, which is fantastic. I think probably the lazy girl method for me is to like send a voicemail or a messenger and go, what's up? Like, talk to me. What do you need? What questions do you have? Like, do you want to get on the phone? Do you want to FaceTime? Like, what do you, and it might be like, I'm so busy, girl, or they'll come back. A girl today was like, I just can't decide about the brushes. Like, if I can't, and then I'm like, okay, so she had a question, but she never would have asked me if I hadn't pinged her and said, what's up? Talk to me. Okay, so Erin does not result in order. Then she does 2 weeks. So I feel like my 2-week follow-up personally is becoming a little less because I'm doing so much follow-up at the makeup delivery. And like when they get the makeup delivery and they're telling me, I feel like it might be a little orange. And I'm like, okay, let's add this. Send me another picture tomorrow. Okay, wait, now do this. And did you use this moisturizer? And did you, because let's face it, like guys, there is a learning curve. Like it's simple to us. We've been doing it for a long time. Yes, I can share my Excel spreadsheet. Whoever asked that, I will write a note right now. Yes. And that's the part I feel like is challenging. Like I like things that aren't so cut and dry, maybe. Like I think that's why I like color matching, because I was really, really bad at it and I'm still not good at it. But instead of it coming easy to me, I have to stop and think. Like Jennifer knows this. I literally, guys, like I do not go anywhere without these 3 pieces of paper. Like they are printed out like old school junkie girl. And I'm not kidding. Like I don't leave this house. I don't open a text. I don't open it. And then I pull that picture up and I zoom in on it. And I like, are they cool or warm? Like there has yet to be a time that I see a picture that I'm like, yep, she's Sandy or Astoria. Nope. I have to like, my brain does not have the muscle memory yet. And I'm however many in. So I don't know. I think this is your Bible. And I also like, it makes me excited today. So Katie and I talked about a match today. I don't think I knew who it was, but I remember the picture where we were like, and I was like, okay, so what if we do wheat candlelit for this girl so that if wheat's too dark, she can mix a little candlelit and become sandy. And then if she's sandy, she can do candlelit as her brightener. Like candlelit will work for her brightener with wheat, but candlelit will also work for her if she's sandy. Like my personal view is let's give them more than less. Let's shade up and give them options that like, as I'm talking to them, we can work through it. Then let's make her amber candlelit and I can't mix and I can't finagle and I can't get her happy. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay. All right. So where was I at in the Erin cycle when I got past my Bible here? Okay. So she sends, it does not result in order. She sends a 2-week follow-up email. Okay. She also does a 3-month after initial order. This is not on my radar yet, but it should be. Like it literally should be like their initial order. And then in my calendar, a 3-month should come up. I feel like I've been talking a lot. I feel like the basics of this whole thing is connect with them. What is it that makes them, like you have to make them feel like you care. Why should they buy makeup from you instead of going to Ulta or going to, why? Because you care about them. You care about whatever, like you can, every single woman, you can find something. You can find a recipe, you can find her car, you can find that you're both boy moms, you can find that you're at the same church, whatever it is, find that thing and be a soft, happy place in her life, because we all have enough stuff going on that makeup should be fun and it should be happy. And so let's be a bright spot to people. I sure hope that I'm doing justice to what Erin wanted me to do. So I'm going to stop talking and you guys chime in with thoughts or questions.
I'm going to add, I'm following up on what you just said. I had a girl, obviously I'm a teacher, so I'm, kind of multitasking at certain moments during the day. And an old friend from high school and I have been back and forth. She was matched, and then I didn't hear from her for a couple days. And I did what you said. I was like, oh gosh, like maybe she changed her mind, blah, blah, blah. But I reached out today and she was like, I need this week to be able to afford it. I had to pay for something, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, of course, just let me know. There's no rush. Vicky's not closing her party, blah, 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 whatever. And then later in the day, she was like, what about eyeshadows? And do you think that I should do this? And blah, blah, blah. Am I the most annoying customer you've ever had? I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is so fun for me. I love this. This brings me joy. Ask away. You know what I mean? Like, but I needed her. Like, that's where she was like holding back and feeling like insecure about whatever. I don't, you know what I mean? Like
Annoying you. Yeah.
Annoying me, where I'm like, come on, give it to me. I want to
Yeah.
help you find all the colors,
And
like,
I want you to be happy with it.
Yes. I said, are you kidding me? This is makeup and it's fun and it brings me joy. Like, ask away.
Yes.
And it's connecting me to a girl I haven't talked to since high school, like it truly does bring me joy. It's not about her buying this makeup, that she's going to buy the makeup and she's going to be back in my life and she's going to be happy. It's fun. Makeup's fun.
So I'm going to share a story if nobody wants to jump in. Girl from high school got color matched and then started sending me pictures, like really close up of how the makeup was just not doing well on her skin, like lots of patches, lots of sitting, and I had done everything I knew to do about what you're using for your cleanser, what you're using for your moisturizer, what you're using setting spray, powder, too much makeup, which brush, all the things. So I went up basically. And I think, you know what? I think Elizabeth Credno is the reason why voice resonates with me, because listening to her on Voxer talk to me about what she saw was so different than me reading a text. And that may not be everybody, again, but like I would learn so much from her like thought process that I think that's why it's translated into my customer communication. So she said, Paige, after several things, something's going on with her skincare. Like you've got to talk to her about what she's using. Like she needs a good exfoliation, yada, yada. So I'm reach out to this girl who breaks down and tells me that she was diagnosed with lupus after her son was born. And the reason that she had like reached out with the problems, and I'm like troubleshooting, the day that I reached out and said, like, let's talk about your skincare, she had said, like, I'm gonna need to, I got like, talk me through the return process. And it was my first like person that ever wanted to return anything. And I was like, all I care about is you being happy with this, but please give me the opportunity to learn from it and troubleshoot with you, because I want to figure out how to help the next person. And that's when she broke down and told me the girl has started the skincare system, I talked to her this weekend actually about sharing her pictures, and she was like, and I'm like, no worries. And then I get a voice message from her husband. And he's like, this girl is beautiful all the time. You share whatever you need to share. Her skin looks great. And I'm like, what? I got like the verbal approval from the husband. Like it just like, that's my job. Come on. Like, that's really great that she is struggling with her skin. She tried the makeup wasn't sitting. I got the help I needed. Like that stuff it's life-giving. Anybody else chime in? Ask me a question.
Hey, Paige.
Yes.
So something funny happened to me today, and it's kind of like the same thing about just connecting with people. I have this lady that's really bad skin too. She actually returned all of the skincare, $150, because it made her break out. But anyway, I thought she would be a really good Demi candidate.
Mhm.
So I was telling her, I invited her to that group they're doing, and I'm like, I really think this is something you should look at, and blah, blah, blah. And she was so happy that I didn't, because I told her, I'm not certified. I would have to send you to someone else. She was so happy that I did that for her that she didn't even want to buy from anyone else. She
You
was
didn't
like,
even
I
know
don't care
her.
what it is. You're helping me so much. I'm not buying Demi if you're not certified in it. And I'm like, okay. She's like, I'm going to take the same concept of Demi and just do it with 3D. Can I do that? And I'm like, yeah.
That's
She's like, what if I
fantastic.
just color correct with my 3D the way they do with Demi? And I'm like, yeah. So
Like,
it's all about, just
that's our job. Our job
having that
is,
person. Yeah.
all we gotta do is care. We just gotta
Mhm.
like come beside and be kind. And then
Yeah, because
we're
she has
all,
struggled so bad, like with her skin, and I've worked with her in person and everything, and she just loves that I care.
I love that.
So,
That's awesome, Tara.
so I would recommend doing that. Like, if you have people in mind, that don't be afraid to send them to Demi, because it's really just showing them how much you really care about them getting the best product.
I have a
So
similar story actually today from that, but Teresa, did you have something to tell us? Sorry, put you on the
Was
spot.
just gonna say that I saw on Instagram Flawless and Five. What is her name? Do y'all know who I'm talking about? The blonde or the well, now,
Ariel,
what is her name?
are you talking about Ariel?
No, the cheetah
I
hack
don't know.
lady, the original cheetah hack person.
It's yes.
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 I don't know what her name is, but she's the originator of cheetah hack.
Yes. So she was doing that. She was doing the Demi she was using the Demi brushes with the 3D makeup, doing just the Demi process, but with the 3D makeup. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I told her you won't be able to get the exact same like colors and stuff, but you can still use the same concept.
Well, you should go look her up because she did a pretty daggone good job.
Okay, yeah, I'll get with you on that.
Flawless and Five. Her
Okay.
hair's like gray and really, really short. She's got a pixie cut.
Is it like Flawless IN5, like the number 5? What's it?
It's
Or is it all
words.
spelled out? All
Five.
words. Okay.
All words. Yeah, she's
Thank
really
you.
good. She's really
Thank
good.
you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm going to keep talking unless somebody interrupts me. So on my little spreadsheet today, had a girl that she was color matched, and my last contact with her was like 8 days ago, and she hasn't ordered. And so this morning, 9:13, hey girl, just checking in. Please let me know if I can answer any questions. She says all the colors worked great. I wore the makeup this past week. Or I wore the makeup in the past when it was Mascara Beauty, but I didn't love it. I think I didn't have the right colors, but I'm so obsessed. Thank you so much for matching me. And I'm like, that's great. I'm so happy you love it. Did you place an order? Because I didn't see it come through. And I'm like double checking. And she's like, I did. Yes. Like I shopped your party. And I said, okay, great. I don't see it. I think it must have gone through headquarters and not me, which is great. I'm just happy that you're happy with the colors. So then she comes back and she says, wait, I got to know, did like this go through something else? Was this not your party? And she's sending me like pictures. And I said, listen, no worries. We can figure this out. I'm just really happy you like it. And she's sending me links and she sends me a thing. And I'm like, no, this isn't me. Like, this is artist so-and-so. And she said, I clicked your link. And so then at this point, I send her a voice message because she says, I want this skincare soon. I don't want to order from anybody else. I'll ask you so you can help me. So I send her a voice message and I say, listen, I'm not in the business of taking customers from any other artist. please, like if you had an artist before, like if she's doing great and you're happy with the makeup, that's all that matters. And so then she's like writing back to me and she's like, well, I want to get this changed. Like my colors weren't right and I never had any contact with her. I said, okay, so you're welcome to switch artists and here's how you do it. Like you do an email or you change a different email or you contact HQ. But listen, I'm happy to help you and you keep ordering through her. Like I'm totally good with that. So then like while we've been on this call, I said, I'm just happy. I'm like really happy that you're happy with the products. And she sends me a confirmation, like while we've been on this call and says, got it all fixed. You're my artist.
Well, you tried. It's not like you went out and hunted her to be on your team.
But I do think that I like going back to the very first thing that we started with of everybody's not going to resonate with me. Everybody's not going to resonate with you. And I'd rather, Margie, you pick an artist that can help you and that resonates with you. That doesn't hurt my feelings at all. If I am your artist at first and you need to go elsewhere, like you being happy and getting what you need, great. Like I'm good with that. Like totally good with that. Anybody else?
Well, I think you have such a sincere approach when you talk that's believable and you mean it and you're sincere. So if it happens that way and that's genuine, then that should be okay.
Well, I'm working on how many times I say like and but I appreciate that, Margie. Okay, so
it's very helpful.
Okay, good.
Very helpful.
Shannon, I didn't hear from you, but I love seeing your face. And I didn't hear from Carly or Yvette, but Yvette, I'm so excited to get to know you. I see an Elizabeth, I see a Gretchen and a Will and a Beth and a JM. Good call. I'm happy you're all here. And oh, there's Gretchen. There's her pretty face. Thanks for listening to me. Okay.
Thanks for doing this. This was very informative. I was bathing children and I burned my eye with bacon grease cooking. So I had to take care of stupid business. That's why I wasn't on.
I'm sorry, girl. I already have the blind artist on the team. You have to pick another exceptionality.
Right?
Margie, stop trying to be the favorite, okay?
All right, I'm going to try to share this into Halo. And I guess there maybe is where I'll link or put a copy of this spreadsheet. I think the only question I have for you guys is, because I have my email template, I have several of Erin's, I've looked at Tammy's, I've looked at the one who matched me originally. But if that is something you're struggling with, reach out to me. I'm happy to share. I would just encourage you, like, make it you. One teamie of mine, like a first couple months in, she was like, I can't send all that. What you sent me to match me, because it was too much. Like, it was just too much. Like, I was completely overwhelmed. And I'm like, do you, like, you write you. And so her emails are basically like the 4 colors. You don't need all the brushes kind of thing. So a couple months in, she's like, what is happening? Like, why am I not selling anything? Why, like, this is where I want to be. Like, this, like, critique me. I'm like, you're doing great with this. You're doing great with this. You're doing great with this. Like, what are you sending them? She's sending the 4. And I'm like, well, if you only tell them that there's 4 and they don't need all the brushes, how are they ever going to know that there's more than that? Or how are they ever going to understand all the other products? I mean, I'm like a, bigger is better kind of girl. Like, I recommend the brush bundle to everybody. And I follow that up with, if you are not interested in the bundle, talk to me. We will figure out what 1 or 2 or 3 brushes you need. I mean, I am like, I tell them about everything, like everything.
How many brush bundles do you sell, Paige? I'm just curious.
You know what, Teresa? I'd really like to know that. And that is one thing that I'd love to do with back office, because I had a goal in January to sell more of the skincare. And so every day in January, I posted about the skincare, because if
Okay.
I'm posting about it, that like, you know, instead of posting about it once a week, I'm posting about it 30 days. That many more people see it, like the algorithm. And I chose to do that because I believe in the skincare too. Let me preface it with that. I was not
Right.
against
Yeah,
skincare.
you're right. It's amazing.
It is, and it's affordable. Okay.
Right.
But
Very.
I wish there was a way in my back office to look in January based on other months in the past, like what was my percentage and increase without having to go through every single customer order and open
Yeah.
them, which I probably just need to do it and stop crying like a baby. But I just wish there was a way
It is
to.
time consuming.
It is. It is. Yes. Yeah.
So but back to my question, do you
Do I sell brush bundles every day?
think
Yes.
I don't want to bake my thing is always, I don't want to break the bank. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to push people away with.
Girl, this is my philosophy. That's their decision. That's not your decision. Like,
Right.
your decision is to educate them on the products. Do you love all the brushes, Teresa?
Oh my gosh, I have every one, and I have doubles.
Okay, so stop. You love the brushes.
Huh?
You know their quality. If
Mhm.
you were pushing something that you did not know was quality, I would tell you to stop. I would say, don't do it. Do not do it. Black Friday eyeliner, I hate. It flakes. I can't get it not to flake. I'm not selling it. Like, and when people ask me about it, I say, I have not figured out a way to make it not flake on me. You want to try it? Go for it. Go for it. Because there's too many other products that I really, truly do believe in that are very affordable to, yeah, don't break the bank. Like, that's their decision. That's their money, girl.
I know.
But I think like when you do something like that, like I recommend the brushes, but like you were saying, Paige, if that's too much for them,
Mhm.
go to the bundles and offer them, like, because you know that you want them to have the setting powder. That's a big part of it. So go to that bundle, and then the bronzer is always a bonus. But like I said, I think once they use one or the two of the brushes, it's going to be a game changer.
Right.
So I always try to reference the bundle, because if you compare that apples to oranges with MAC or any other the IT brushes, you
They're
get
not
more
that-
than what. Right. Well, when you do that, it's not. And the people who want to invest the time and the money into doing, you can tell the people that care. But I mean, I've had a few people come back to me who couldn't afford the brushes all at once and did one, but then they're like, oh gosh, no, I've got to get the whole thing. And they love it. So I always try to reference the bundle to save them a little bit and let them know that also. I feel like it shows that I'm not just trying to sell them something.
Correct.
I want to save them money. I want to help them make it easy and affordable. And I feel like
I started without brushes, and tried it for a couple of months, and then I didn't buy the bundle. I didn't have the bundle until I became an artist. But I tell them, like, these brushes were made for the makeup. I've used much, much more expensive makeup. I've used much, much more expensive brushes, and the quality is there. And your first investment of the makeup and the brushes is going to be your biggest investment, because after that, if you take care of these brushes, if you use the makeup, you melt it, your doesn't take a lot. We're talking about, this is not an expensive like thing to keep up. This is not you have to spend X amount of dollars a month.
You're right. And I do tell people that it's not as expensive as you think.
Right.
Like, if your initial one is
That's
going to
what
be
I thought
expensive,
when I heard
but
you.
then after that,
Bubba,
it's not.
come on, Bubba. You could have come in. I got my eyes on you.
You're on
Oh,
the.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. My Connor man has been out here waiting on me, and I didn't realize I was not muted. I'm sorry.
I just
It's
really
okay.
like how sweet you talk to him. You know, I'm glad that you were talking to
He's my man, Paige.
Oh,
That's my man.
please don't even go. She knows I'm just kidding.
Hey, anybody else that hasn't said anything? Thanks for listening to me talk.
Thanks for taking the time to do this.
Yeah, thank you for
I
sharing your
took-
insight with
no.
us, Paige.
thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna share my spreadsheet, which is not rocket science, y'all. I'm not techie. It's just gonna be a rocket science or a spreadsheet. Sorry, I'm trying to read Katie's lips and talk at the same time.
I said, whatever. Spreadsheets are rocket science to some of it. They are.
It's just later.
Katie, that's why you marry IT guy.
Yeah.
Who has lots of spreadsheets? Lots of spreadsheets.
Yeah, it's just like a prettier way than this. Like it's just like a more functional way of keeping my brain in one place, because like we are women and we are moving mountains and we are multitasking. At Katie Belcher, I do not understand what this woman keeps in her brain. Like I do not know. Like I need everything. Like I can't remember anything. But that is
I try really hard to make lists, but I never do them.
So you don't need it. Like you are built to have like these amazing little systems in your brain. I'm not. So it's a way for me to know people aren't falling through the cracks. I love you guys. Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
Hey, what are you doing up, young man?
They got stuck in traffic on the way home from lacrosse.
I love you, Dino.
Oh no, they're back on IGP or 16.
95 was still shut down.
Oh my gosh, that's
I
been a
know.
fatality then.
Carly, thanks for listening while you cook dinner. Hope it
Good
was.
night, girls.
Bye, girls.
Uh